Andrew, how are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Welcome to these press conferences. I think it's the
Thank
first time
you.
we've talked to you here, so
It's my
welcome.
First time.
Welcome. So there was a really big play in the game the other night that, obviously was a close game, and you called on to punt, and you knew you needed to do what you can to try to pin Tulane deep, and you did. Pinned them at the 1 yard line. I know you had some help to get that down, but just talk about that punt and how big that was, because that ultimately led to the go-ahead touchdown for you guys.
Yeah, that was actually a really big punt. Being able to put them on the 1 yard line, I think their offense was kind of moving the ball pretty good around that time as well. And it was a close game as well, obviously. But being able to just flip the field and make the defense start out, put the defense on the 1 yard line, that was pretty big.
How do you feel like your season has gone for you? How have you grown as a punter this year, working under Brian Blackman, the new staff?
Starting out, not so good. I mean, there's some things that I wish I could get back. But overall, I think I've done a decent job, not at the best that I wanted. But as the season's gone on, I think I've progressed pretty well, being able to be a little bit more consistent. But I like what we're doing on our punt stuff with Coach Blackman. I think he has great schemes. I think Coach Larson has great schemes with the other side of the ball with punt return and blocking kicks, obviously. But so far, I mean, I think we're just doing a pretty good job.
Saturday night, Coach had said that it was the best special teams game that you guys had in the season. You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that, absolutely. I think we could honestly have had 4 block punts already this season, but getting that block punt near the end of the game was big. I think we covered kicks really good. They did have a very dynamic returner, but I think overall that probably was definitely our best game.
Andrew, what's your week like as you obviously prepare for a game? It's a little bit different than a normal position player. Do you just kind of work on your personal skills and craft? How much film do you look at sometimes as special teams coverages? How much of that goes into it?
I mean, I watch film every day. We meet at 4:30, watch our kicks, correct anything that needs to be corrected. During the week, usually I punt maybe like twice a week. Not trying to do too much and get myself tired before the game. Same as Daniel and Alex and all of them. We usually kick around the same amount, but it's relaxed, but it's not relaxed at the same time. So I mean, there's 2 sides to it.
You made you had a punt caught at the 21-yard line, fair caught. Was that a specific adjustment after that? You talked about the dynamic returner. They took a couple back pretty well.
Kind of. I mean, what do you mean? Like,
Was it like a specific adjustment?
I mean, our goal the entire night was to hit like a 45-yard ball. So yeah, I didn't want to hit it too deep because I know if he was able to have space, he was going to break one, which he kind of did twice. But it was really mostly for the gunners to get down and just not really much changing too much, but just having them to keep him from coming back to the field.
Andrew, you work with Alex Ward, long snapper, very experienced, very excellent long snapper. What does he mean to you, just knowing that you're consistently going to get the ball where it needs to be for you to execute the punt?
It's amazing having him. He'll be in the NFL after this year, probably. But he does a great job. He does great at protecting. He covers really well. I think he got a fumble recovery last game, actually, so that was pretty cool to see. But he's probably the best snapper in the country right now, to me. So it's been great having him for these past 2 years that I've had him.
Earlier, you said you wish you had some moments back, maybe Navy, maybe Cincinnati. How do you shake moments like that off?
Really just got to come back and focus. I can't really worry about it. If I worry about every kick, especially like, as specialists, you can't just sit there and dwell on kicks in a game. You got to be mentally strong. You got to just go back to what you've been always doing and just do the best job that you can.
Andrew, how did you become a punter? I mean, I don't know if every kid dreams of being a punter, but was it something? Were you a soccer guy that or something?
Yeah.
How was the evolution of you becoming a punter?
I grew up playing soccer. up until the 8th grade, I actually quit. Didn't want to play anymore. But I was always good at kicking. So it really transitioned over pretty easy. I started kicking in 8th grade, and from then on, went all the way up to high school. And I was like, well, getting pretty good at this. Figured I can definitely go play college football doing this. My high school coach helped me out a lot as well. He definitely saw a future in it, and I did as well. And I just kind of grew into it, really.
Injuries have obviously been pretty bad with this team, but then you see your 56-year-old head coach break his leg and then still continue to stay out there. You know, how impressive is that to see the toughness that he really portrays?
He never likes to show weaknesses. He's a pretty tough guy, mentally strong, but I didn't even know he messed up his leg until I saw him limping, and he was limping pretty bad, and I was like, well, somebody should get him a boot or something. But I don't think he wanted to take it. But having him around has been phenomenal. He's probably one of the best head coaches in the country to me. But he's a great guy.
And just a little bit more on that. You said, you think Gus is one of the best head coaches in the country. Obviously, he came in. You guys didn't have a head coach for a few weeks, and he seemed like he won the team over pretty quickly. Like, what is it that you think got the team to make that connection so quickly to a coach you didn't even know?
I think just knowing his past and what he did at Auburn, and just the success he had, and he's a really player-first coach. He made a lot of changes whenever he came in. He upgraded a lot of the facilities. I think he plans to do some more. He sees a bright future at this program. He believes he's going to win a national championship here. I do as well. That's about it.
Andrew, take me through the science of punting. Like, how challenging is it when maybe there's a little bit more pressure, you have to speed up a little bit? Like, for the average viewer, let's say they bring pressure, you have to go a little faster than normal, and you don't kick it as far as you usually would. The fans might just say, hey, just kick the ball harder. Like, how difficult is that from your perspective to, like, perform at that level?
During the week, I know whenever a team is going to rush or whenever they're in safe. So really, if I see a team that's hard on rushing and that's been able to block kicks, I know I got to tell myself I got to be under a 2-0 operation. So in the game, I'm just always, I got to know I got to go faster, even if the ball, you like to hit the ball farther. Usually whenever I'm going faster, sometimes my steps are smaller in the mechanics of punting, and that does help you hit the ball a lot farther. But I try not to rush it, even though sometimes that does happen. But it's just always about seeing what their demeanor is whenever they're up at the line and knowing if they're going to rush or not, and that usually tells me what I need to do if I know I got time or if I know I got to speed up.
Andrew, I didn't look it up. Have you ever got a tackle in your time here?
No, actually, I think Saturday I pushed a guy. Okay. So that's like the closest thing.
Is it a goal? Maybe if you get a tackle, maybe that means that the returner returned it pretty good. But
no.
Is that a goal to kind of finish their career trying to get a good tackle?
I would like to. I think Daniel has like 2 on me right now, and Alex has a fumble recovery, and I think he has a couple tackles. I would like to be able to get one, but preferably, you don't really want to at the same time. But yeah, I would like to.
On a recent episode of Our Time, they featured the specialist. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Were you in it enough?
I guess. I know.
Alex seemed to be in it a good bit.
Yeah. I wasn't really worried about like my time being on that show, like showing me during the specialist stuff. I think they showed him and Alex and Daniel the most, if I'm correct. It's all right. It didn't really bother me that much.
What's the camaraderie like? What is the camaraderie around you guys? Like, chemistry-wise, like the special teams kind of, what is it like?
We're all real close, always making jokes about each other. Spend a lot of time with each other. Just, that's how it is. We hang out a lot outside of football as well. So, we're all real close, all good friends. All like being around each other. Always, being able to coach each other up whenever, something's that we think that we can correct them on. So it's always good to have people like in the specialist room that knows the other side of like kicking as well. Like if I see something that Daniel's doing, I usually, try to give him little endpoints. He does the same thing for me. So just having that aspect of it is really, really good.
It was a little cold on Saturday. What were you doing to stay warm and loose on the sidelines?
I had a hand warmer. So that helped my hands actually. But really just stretching on the sideline, swinging my leg, hitting the ball into the net. Just really moving around, trying to stay warm.
Are there any punters, current or former pro punters that you like watch film or look up to, or like Pat McAfee or someone like that?
I mean, yeah, I've watched Matt. Pat. I've watched Mac, who used to play here a lot. He's hitting the ball really good right now. I like what he's doing technique-wise. But Thomas Morstead is a good one to watch that I watch. Johnny Townsend is really good as well, fundamentally-wise. Really, those main guys, just I try to watch what they do and do the same thing.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.